What is good, YouTube? It is your boy Coast, and I'm back again. So, as you probably know by now, the Star Wars Episode 9 trailer dropped from Disney Star Wars, and I don't know, I just wasn't that impressed by it. Maybe it's just me, or maybe it's the fact that the Emperor is teased to be coming back. Uh, I don't know. I'm just not that impressed. It's just another. It just seems like it's another idea. Um, just another idea they've copied from the EU. And let's delve into the trailer, shall we? So in the beginning, we see like Rey squaring off against a Tie Fighter. Like for some reason, some dude is just trying to ram her with a Tie Fighter instead of just shooting her with the turbo lasers or whatever. Um, and I guess she like flips into the Tie Fighter, um, and I don't know, maybe she cuts it in half or something like that instead of like force pushing it. I mean, people are already like, oh my god, like gushing over this trailer. Some people are gushing over it, but I heard that the Rotten Tomatoes score um, was not too. But yeah, they have a ton of people commenting that they will not see it, definitely not see it after the last episode. Um, and they are just absolutely going in on this movie. Um, Dang, from February, Disney destroyed Star Wars after TLJ have lost all hope. Been a fan for 40 years, played with the toys, read the books, and bought the video games, and have just about every re-release of the movies. As much as I like watching train wrecks, I refuse to give Disney Lucasfilm any more money. Dang. So yeah, been a fan for 40 years, played with the toys, read the books, and jeez, man. So he's been a Legends fan. You had your chance. We're done. Used to be a big fan. Just lost interest with TFA and getting yelled at by the crew of TLJ for not being keen on that either. JJ will work his magic because one movie was bad doesn't mean everything else will be. I always give second chances no matter who you are. Otherwise, how will anyone be able to grow as a person? Blah blah blah. Can't wait. Love Ray and JJ. Disney Star Wars has been epic. Epic trash. Oh my god. This is for the expanded universe. Thank you. Someone else. And he has a Vong, I think, as a profile pic. Not falling for that again. After what was said to me by fans of episode 8, for me having a not so flattering opinion of the film, I will not be spending money on this. Eesh. And at the end of hang on. And at the end of the newest trailer, um, we see, well, we hear Luke saying, "Oh, never, no one's ever really gone," and we see Ray and a bunch of other people uh, walking onto some planet with like a chunk of a Death Star on it, and then we hear Palpatine's insane laughter, his trademark laugh. Now, my friend who's in LA who did the Star Wars Theory interview, he told me that at the Star Wars Con, Ian McDiarmid showed up himself and was like, roll the clip again in his Sidious voice. So it just got me thinking. I mean, and like so many people are like jizzing themselves about, like to put it lightly, they're overly enthusiastic about this film. All of a sudden out of nowhere, even my friend was like, "Oh, this gave me chills," and I'm like, "Dude, Like, have you forgotten The Last Jedi? Like, yeah. And it's like The Last Jedi never happened. I'm like, bro, are you serious? You know, for a lot of people, they're like, no, we're still not going to see this film. But for me, it's like after hearing Palpatine's laughter at the end, it just made me. It just infuriated me because then I'm like, to see like the people are receiving this positively, and then to think back on all those videos that were that explain the history of Star Wars Legends. I remember seeing so many people like, "Oh, well, Legends is dumb because they had the Emperor come back, but like 5 or 6 times in like different clone bodies. That doesn't make any sense, bro. Like the Emperor should have just been dead." And it was cheesy, bro. That was like one of my main gripes with the EU. I remember seeing so many comments about people who had problems with the Emperor coming back in the old expanded universe, and how people would be so confused. Um, if like people are stupid, like they can't pick up a book and read. Yeah, would be so confused if they found out though like all this stuff happened between episode 7 and 8. If they kept the old EU, this is why the old EU couldn't have been brought back. And I'm like, they could have just made the old EU into an adaptation for episode 7, 8, and 9. They could have just done that, but they didn't. Yeah, and so when I hear that, and then when I see all those old comments on some of these old Star Wars videos, critiquing the about the Emperor coming back. And then I see that these people gushing about the friggin' Emperor coming back, like it's glorious, like it's gonna be so awesome, such nostalgia. Yeah, uh, it just really pisses me off because it's just like, weren't you guys the same ones whining about that the Emperor coming back was not realistic at all? Like in the old expanded universe, like weren't you the same people whining about that? Like it it just amazes me how quickly people forget, or the hypocrisy when the EU does it. Oh, it's crazy and unrealistic, but when Disney does it, oh yes, it's great and fantastic. And it's just another. It's If this is true and the Emperor is coming back somehow, then it's just another. It's just going to be another thing they're stealing from the EU. Just another slap in the face, basically. And they've already ruined Star Wars and the minds of myself and every other fan. I mean, just about every other fan. They've completely ruined it. They've destroyed Luke's character. They've screwed us over in more ways than one. And I'm just I don't know. I'm just not enthusiastic about it. Um, I saw the trailer. It caught my eye. I saw it just for the hell of it because my friend and then my friend shared it with me. Uh, and I was like, yeah, I'm still not that excited about it. Um, so I mean, it comes out. It comes out. I mean, I really don't care at this point. But I just wanted to see the trailer just to get a glimpse as to what might be happening, just so I can be in the loop. But yeah, it amazes me the hypocrisy of a lot of people. And hold on, I'm going to see if I can pull up some of those old comments that I was talking about from people who had a bunch of problems with the Emperor coming back in the EU. But now we see this positive reaction uh, for the Emperor coming back in the films. Here are just a few of the examples where people talking about how bad the Emperor coming back when the EU was, and now they're about to do the same thing again. Here's 2018. This guy's saying, The Emperor coming back so many times got stale. Yeah, also regarding your quote, let's see what the quote was. Let's see it. From our old friend Steel Wars. Yeah, I'm not really seeing it, but Steel Wars probably would say something like that. And this is regarding the new Star Wars movie. Hate the title, just confirms. Where we knew we were going from the start. Either A, Rey is a Skywalker, or B, Kylo becomes Ben Solo once more. Or C, both either way. Yawn, because of the inconsistent story that's been set up previously. Emperor, EU, or Legends Palpatine is coming back. The Emperor coming back endlessly was always the stupid part of the EU. And now it's in the movies. Oh, really? Most people spend years ripping apart the idea of the Emperor coming back a few times in the old EU. And now look, and now looks like they might go down that road again. Lol. Yeah, people spent years bashing Star Wars for doing this. And it's just like he's the most powerful Sith Lord of all time for a reason. It's not ridiculous that that would happen. But then all of a sudden, it's like the movies came along and they do this, and I bet people are going to be gushing that this is happening. Yeah, and I've seen quite a people like, oh my god, this is happening, it's going to be awesome. It's like, but weren't you the same people that were like, yo, it's a tad ridiculous? Like, I even see some EU Reddit posts like bashing the Emperor coming back so many times, and it was just so ridiculous. And hang on one second, let me just written about Palpatine have to be absolute BS. This is like 3 years ago. I had people hating on Palpatine and whatnot. It's simply illogical for him to be the strongest Sith in history, like because he's definitely not a culmination of like thousands of years of Sith teachings. it, it's ridiculous the stuff they were complaining about. Him coming back to life was utterly ridiculous. But then, all of a sudden Disney is doing it, and now it's like supposed to be it's supposed to be great. Vitiate should have been the most powerful Sith ever because living so many years should be able to get more knowledge and be stronger than anyone else. It goes so far that you totally shot on the symbolism of Return of the Jedi and Anakin killing off Palpatine. This is freaking terrible and disrespectful towards the original trilogy. Well, now Disney is most likely going to do the same thing. Oh, maybe this person can cry some more. Anyway, it's just ridiculous the amount of hypocrisy. Yeah, and like this guy was saying, like people were whining and moaning for years about this, and now Disney is doing the same thing. It's just interesting.